Why, hello there, lovely listeners and viewers. You have come back down the red rabbit hole. You were warned not to, but here you are. This is great. We like it when you do your own thing. And I am your co-host, NV Peacock, otherwise known as Nikki. And with me, of course, is Lisa Shepherd. Lisa, are you there?
I am. I'm still here. It's
I'm
been a
still there.
fabulous week.
Yeah, we've been living in the 60s
Yeah, I love it actually. Love the freedom
of the freedom. Yeah.
and yeah, all the things that come with the
The
swinging 60s. As
booze we've
much as we
discovered.
were, as much as well, I'll stop there. As much as we have delved into actually, it wasn't the nostalgic kind of image that you get. Because I always feel like for the entirety of the 60s, it was sunny. Because you always see pictures of people on beaches and in little dresses and things like that, don't you? Like I always think it was always sunny in the 60s, but of course it wasn't. They had
No.
winter too.
I think that was the only time they could use a camera because they had the flashes and stuff. Maybe they needed the light.
But their winters would have been colder. The winters would have been colder in the.
Do you think?
Yeah, they were. They were actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that in the research. I think it was in 1964. All the milk bottles, because obviously milk bottles
Oh, I
outside,
remember milk bowls.
it was frozen on the top, so that they would go to the door and all the cream was frozen on the top. So you'd be like, can't get your milk out for your coffee, no tea or whatever you're having.
Well, then that's free ice cream, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, the sea froze as well. That was another thing. I was a bit confused on that one. I was like, really, did the sea freeze, or were you'd had a big night out the night before? But apparently, yes, there was
Sea
ice.
froze.
I'm assuming not the entire
No,
Frozen?
no, no,
Coming
they're not.
in?
80% of the planet's like frozen.
Ice age.
Ice age, yeah.
They just all strolled out across it. It was so frozen. They walked off
Yes,
on the
and
frozen.
that
They
was the
were,
60s.
yeah,
Yeah.
skating. I could just imagine them doing that in Brighton in the 60s. We were skating on the sea.
We were vibing.
Well, listeners and viewers, we have ensured that lovely author D.E. White has survived her week down the rabbit hole and is still in good spirits, it looks like.
I have survived, and the cat has been amazing because I brought my cat with me just in case I got, lonely. Been doing a lot of writing. The cat has caught a couple of mice. He's ate a couple of mice.
We had mice.
Yeah, mice.
Well, we don't
Yeah,
anymore, obviously.
don't.
You need a permanent cat down the rabbit hole.
You do.
Obviously, Lily's here, but she's also decrepit. So she
Aw.
the other day, there was like this massive spider. You know, it's that time of year where they emerge, don't they? This massive spider came wandering out. And I was like, Lily, there's a spider. And the dozy old moo just walked straight past it and then like stood there and it went over her paw and she just stood there, like no recollection, no notice, anything about this. I was like, there were days when you would have munched that in minutes, but no, not anymore.
No.
She's so old.
Oh,
She's like 21 years old. So as
Perhaps
cats
you need to
go,
leave
she's
her
probably like
alone,
90.
maybe, and let her live the rest of her life without being told to eat spiders.
She's living the rest of her life. She's in her glory days. Like literally, all she does, she sleeps, and then you leave the house, and then you come back into the house. Like say, I've done like the school run, so I've only been gone maybe half an hour top. She'll be like, "Oh, you're back. If you've left and come back, surely that means I'm ready to be fed again." And we have to give her half a pouch because it's just but frequently throughout the day. She's like, she gets fed endlessly, and sometimes I get like these little meaty stick things that she likes, and I put them in the top of it, so it looks like a little gourmet dinner.
I need to try that. You're such a nice cat, mummy. Oh, I feel like I'm really bad now.
She's only got this treatment in her older years because
Aw.
she got us quite a few views on TikTok. That's it.
She's
She
so
earned her keep. I
sweet.
went, you've done well. You've done well. Now go and sleep and look like you're dead so I can get some more followers. That's all I want. I'm just exploiting her now. That's all she's
Have
good
you
for, though. She's
have
lovely.
you seen the author Kerry Beavis? Have you seen her two Maine Coon cats?
Yeah.
Yes, she's been on.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with her Maine Coons. I want to get some.
Gorgeous, aren't
Lion is
they?
half Maine Coon, so he's like got the floof.
Oh,
but he's not quite as
Oh, I
big.
think you have to lift him up.
lift him up and show
Let me lift
us.
him
He
up.
has to come in. I need to see him.
Oh,
Cat woman. Bit obsessed with cats. Oh no, it's gone to me now. We need Dee to make some noise. Quick, Dee, talk so the camera goes back to you.
The
It's just
floofy
us
cat.
observing the cat right now.
oh, he's gorgeous.
He's very floofy. Oh, I've got a bird in my mouth. He's very floofy, and he's very. I think all the Maine Coons have a reputation for being like really floppy, friendly cats. But he's really like that. He's lovely. He is though a ferocious hunter, which is why he's eaten all the mice in your rabbit hole. He's
Oh.
yeah,
He's like fluffy ginger cat energy.
yeah,
Does
he's
he have
very,
like normal ginger cat energy, which is quite.
there's a lot of floof. There's a lot of floof there. Apparently, when I took him to the vet, I thought she was going to go, "Oh yeah, he's a nice ginger cat." She was like, "Oh, he's a champagne tabby." So after that, he's just like, "Oh, I'm a champagne tabby."
Oh, he got an attitude.
He has got attitude, haven't he?
That is
Oh,
royalty, isn't it? That really is.
He's very happy.
Gosh. Lily's just an old black cat, but I'm kind of thinking if I can come up with a posh name for her now. Oh, that's
dark rum.
truffle. Truffle black. Dark rum black, yes. Looks Chat Noir. Should
Oh,
be
he's
happy.
staying now. Are you going to stay? Yeah, he's going
Oh,
to stay.
he's going to stay. He's going to listen to the 60s
Oh,
crime.
Yeah, he's happy in the
oh,
rabbit
I
hole.
want to cuddle him.
Oh.
He looks so cuddleable, so floofy and relaxed and chilled.
All right, Lisa, stop
Right,
stop
sorry.
trying to delay your the true
Yeah,
crime.
Delay the fact that I
Crime off.
don't have a crime off. It's because I'm reigning champion
No, you're not.
and Nikki can't handle it.
I'm definitely reigning champion at the moment.
You're not.
Pod Lisa hasn't occurred for quite some time.
No,
You
no,
won
I'm
one or
not,
something,
no.
didn't you? And then
Yeah,
okay,
maybe I won episode 1 or 2. I think I won.
I think
Since
you won
then,
one recently.
been downhill since then.
So
No, do you
six.
know that what it is most of the authors go, oh no, I couldn't possibly choose, and they're always really fair, and we're like, oh no, go on, tell us who's won.
I'll get Lion to choose. He'll choose.
Yes,
But
you both get a vote.
he's actually,
Hang on, I'm
he's
just gonna
like
go get a
Lily.
little
Look,
feathered toy.
he's gone fast asleep on my shoulder now.
Ah,
That's it. He's ready to. He's going to judge the crime off.
okay. Well, you need to wake him up, poke him for me, because I don't want to have to do this twice. So 60's crime, there was a lot of it, quite frankly, and to go through it all, I actually needed some help. So I can't even say that it was only me, Lise. So
Oh, who you've been working with then?
are you jealous? Don't
Are
calm
you
down.
working on my replacement? You're like, you're pushing me out the door. You've been finding someone new. Don't tell. It's not that AI voice. What did we call
No,
him when we were going to have an AI voice
it's
introduce
Santa.
us, weren't we?
It was Santa. It was Santa Claus's
Or was it
voice.
no Tobes? It was Toby, wasn't it? We were going to have an AI voice
Oh,
called Toby,
Toby.
introduce us,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we decided against it. But you now have an AI co-host.
I do not have an AI co-host, no.
Oh, I
So
was going to say I'd listen to that. She sounds great.
something that I need to tell Lion specifically. So there was a case in the 60s in America. You should be pointing him towards me now.
Yeah, he's listening.
He's
Got it.
listening. Excellent. So there was a case in the 60s that was the murder of a lady called Kitty. And it was quite famous because it sparked a lot of psychological studies and information, but also it made America introduce the 911 number. So a lot of stuff kind of sprouted off it. This isn't my case, by the way, to put forward. So don't worry.
I was going to say
We're not there yet.
is a bit of a cursed name, isn't it? I'm sure we've had a few Kitties come up. Sorry to anyone whose name is Kitty.
But she so she was stabbed in the street at night, and she was screaming for help, but nobody. It's looked into like I think it's called the bystander effect, where the more bystanders you have to something, the less likely you are actually to get help because everyone thinks someone else is doing it. So no one actually called for help for her. She was stabbed quite a number of times. She did get away, and a neighbor did finally help her, but she did die. And she tried to ring her local police to get help, but it wouldn't go through, and that's why the 911 number became synonymous throughout the states. So anyone could just ring that number. But yeah, so there was I'm sure there was a documentary on it on Amazon as well about um the people kind of watching and not really. There was like one guy that yelled like leave that girl alone or something, and that was about all the help she got.
The bystander effect's some kind of weird thing, isn't it? And I also think now there's like a not just the bystander effect, but also the witness effect that people will start getting their phones out to record something
Yes.
happening
Yeah, because
rather than necessarily stepping in.
well, it creates distance, doesn't it, from something
Yeah, I was
bad
going to
happening.
say, I think there's a psychological factor to that about, we see, because we see so much, we can consume all sorts of violent, horrible things in TV shows and whatever, but because it's through a screen, it's not real. And
Mm,
maybe if it happens in front of us, we just think, well, I need to distance myself from that and make it not real again.
Mm.
yeah.
And
So
some people don't want to help, do they? They really, like you say, they don't want to step in and help. And that's a really good way of, oh, I thought someone else was going to do it. I
yeah,
thought someone else was ringing. Yeah.
but
And
you
actually,
kind
we
of do though,
talked
don't
about,
you? You do think someone else is going to do it. I think that's the kind of, someone else is going to help because it can't be just me hearing this, but then people don't get involved, do they? Oh, no, we've lost Lion. Oh no,
he's
he's
gone.
back.
He didn't like it. I take
That
that as
wasn't
a
the one I
no
put
vote.
forward. Calm
He
down.
voted down. He just went, "No, I don't like
He
it.
voted
Don't
down.
like
No, he
it."
didn't.
Key didn't end well. Well, the thing is, we were actually talking in the last episode. Please go back and have a listen to that if you haven't already, guys. About the community of the 60s and that people were
Mm,
looking out for one another and that your children could go and run around in the streets and people, so and so and so and so would be looking out for them. So it's interesting to have a case from the 60s where actually no one did step in, things were left. And again, we made that comparison, hadn't we, to more modern cases, but very recently, wasn't there, well, that poor girl who got stabbed on the bus and
yeah,
nobody got up and helped her. And there's footage of her literally sitting on the bus dying and nobody came to her aid. People got up and got off the bus.
Mm.
So maybe it's just, yeah, we're saying about distancing, but maybe there's something about human nature.
Mm. I think sometimes people don't realize how badly someone's hurt as well. Or
Mm,
they don't realize, yeah, and in the same way that you see in films and someone has a heart attack, like, and they clutch their chest and keel over, and actually sometimes it's the symptoms are so subtle, aren't they? In the same way that if someone has been stabbed and it's been quick and it's in a crowd and perhaps you might miss it, you might actually not realize that the person how badly hurt they are. So
mm,
yeah, people walk off, but maybe people genuinely didn't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's horrific, isn't it? It's really awful.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, here I go, bringing the mood down again. But that wasn't the one you were presenting,
No,
Nikki.
that was just one that I just
Yeah, you're
thought
just
that
throwing
Lion
out an
might
extra there.
enjoy.
You're just proving.
Just proving
Yeah.
that
You're
I'd
just
done the
laying out
research.
there.
He
One
says
of
thank
us does
you.
research in
Ah,
advance of an
you're
episode
very
filming.
welcome, Lion. Anytime.
One
And
of us does research, the other one shows up.
I'm here, am I not? Shows
Yeah,
up.
that's all I do. That's all I bring
Just
to the
because I'm not
party.
rear of the year.
Um, just yeah. Don't be jealous, Nick. Don't be jealous.
Just oh look, I wasn't even
Calm
there.
down. Didn't work in the company. Was nowhere near when it
No,
happened.
I could have entered,
was
even if I
chosen
wanted to.
was chosen from maybe 20, 30 employees max.
That's still good. That's
Most
good
of whom were
value.
probably male, weren't even in the running for it.
So the case I'd like to present. So D.E. White, you need to
Put it in
choose
mine
between
then.
me and
That's fine.
Lisa for our crime off as to which case you'd want to write a book about.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how you're judging it. So the case that we dug up was it's not well represented in the online at all, which is really quite interesting.
I'm just
But
going to
it
say, who is this we?
I'll tell you later. It's
We that
fine.
we dug up
I'm just
is
giving credit
me.
where credit's due. It's not you. Why would you help me try and win?
Just you've got some sort of mystery co-host now that
I
you're keeping
don't got a
under
mystery
wraps.
co-host.
You've just pulled out the bag on live on air.
You're fired.
This is it.
Wait,
This will be a
wait.
clip going round soon.
Wow.
I mean, if it goes viral, I'm happy with it. But podcast hosts get sacked live on air. I'm going to be really dramatic about it. Throw my dummy out the pram and kick right off. But anyway, carry on.
So the
Carry on.
case,
You and your dutiful assistant, wise, knowledgeable researcher that they are,
don't get
not called
jealous.
Lisa, helped you to find this lesser reported case.
The attitude.
Where'd you go after that?
I know. I can't. I don't know whether I could do it with that attitude getting in my face. So if only you were all watching it on YouTube, guys. So if you've got to go and watch this episode on YouTube just to see the attitude that Lisa's. Look, she's doing it again.
Doing it, yeah. She's bringing it. She is.
She's bringing it.
You must come watch us, Mother.
Oh no! Don't do Ed Gein again.
Sorry, Vicky, go right ahead. I don't know why you're waiting.
Okay. So the case is the lost girls of Wivenhoe, right? And it's these two little girls that went missing. Now the names are actually not online. They were kept secret from the press, and they were found. The bodies were found, but when the bodies were found, the cause of death was asphyxiation, and they had seaweed plaited in their hair, and they looked like they were like displayed out. So cult, another child, perhaps a lady killer. We just don't know. But there was a lot of child abductions around the same time.
Mm.
But it was hushed up really quickly, never sold, hushed up really quickly. Families didn't come out and say anything. You'd think families of two little girls, two families, one of them at least would have been like pushing forward to get something out there. But yeah, I just
That
thought
makes me think that they knew.
yes,
If there
they
was a
knew
community
someone.
feel that they knew. And also, they didn't want to get Bert at number 59 or whatever it was, who they'd expected to have told the girls to come back when they got to that end of the street. They didn't want to get
him in trouble. Unless he was the one with
Yeah.
the seaweed coming out of his pockets.
Yeah.
You walked
Yeah.
up.
Maybe that was it. But yeah, maybe they didn't get him in trouble. That's really kind
Or
of
maybe we're into the
creepy.
Wicker Man territory where they were some sort of offering for
yeah.
the
Makes me
fisheries
think
or
of
something.
mermaids. It makes me
Yeah,
definitely like mermaids and
definitely.
ooh.
But I just thought it was interesting. I mean, it could have been another child. It could have been village kind of justice, I guess, that justice was done. It's just it wasn't reported on or you know, put into
Yeah.
record. But there wasn't as much. It was very light online, but it was just an interesting case and so many possibilities for a book, which is why I thought it was the best one.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
All right, Lisa, away you go.
Fine. So I was looking for the connection between the 1960s and 2025. And of course, something that has emerged in recent years is how we have been able to use evidence, forensic evidence from crimes back in the 1960s to make convictions now in 2025. So this is actually the case of Louisa Dunn. It was one of the longest unsolved cases in the UK, so it remained unsolved for 58 years. Louisa Dunn was a grandmother, and she was a widower. She lived alone in Bristol, and one night in 1967, her neighbours heard a scream, but they didn't kind of make the connection that maybe it was Louisa. And then in the morning, the neighbours went round to check on her, and they found that she had been strangled. That she'd died by asphyxiation with something, so something had been used as a strangulation device.
Was it
The
seaweed?
police at the time, it wasn't seaweed. No, it was a scarf, I think.
Thought we'd at least linked the cases there, but obviously not.
We did. Well, it's asphyxiation as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? So we've done quite well on the linking there. They did find a handprint on the window, and they actually got over 19,000 local boys and men to give their handprints to make a comparison. But they didn't find any leads. And then the case remained cold until 2023, when it was reviewed by the Mayor Cold Case team of Avon and Somerset Police. and they began re-examining the archived evidence, and they found some semen from Louisa's skirt that had been kept in archived evidence. They managed to take a DNA sample from that, put it into the DNA system, and actually they got a hit on somebody who had been arrested and had his DNA put on the system for something completely unrelated. I'm just trying to find out who they had made that link to. Why they made that. I think he'd been made. I can't remember what he was arrested for now.
But the defense barrister in me is just coming right out there because that doesn't mean anything, really. It just meant that they had relations. She could have had relations with this man at some point and just
Oh,
not
do you know
washed
what
her
I should have
skirt.
mentioned about Louisa? She
What?
was 75.
Maybe she had relations. People in their
Not to say she's
70s
not
have
having relations, but
relations.
she was a grandmother on her own, and the night the skirt that she was found murdered in had semen on it from somebody who, at the time of his arrest in 2024, was 92 years old. Ryland Headley was arrested and convicted for that crime and sent to jail for 20 years.
There
And the
must
judge
have been
said, "You
more
will
evidence than
die
just
in
the
prison for
DNA.
this." Well, the handprint matched as well. So they then still had the handprint and they were able to match the handprint to Ryland.
Perhaps they had
Not to
quite
the
an
famous
active
Ryland that we all know of, but to Ryland
schmeck's
Headley,
life, you know?
objects in this case. But well, it's a little bit like, do you remember that one, the American one that we looked at with the DNA evidence and the putting it into the genetics DNA sites and
Yeah.
them getting a hit? That it reminds me a little bit of that, like being 92 years old and thinking you've absolutely got away with this, and then
It's
to
like
have
the
somebody
Golden
come and
State
knock on your
Killer where
door.
they just come
And what
knocking.
he was caught for, I can't find it, but it was something quite innocuous. Like it might, I don't know if it was even maybe a traffic violation. Like it wasn't something,
It
it
wasn't the
wasn't
same
murder, it
offence.
wasn't rape, it wasn't something awful like
Yeah.
that. But he did rape and murder this grandmother when he was, I worked it out, he must have been about 34, 35 when he did it. And I kind of a feel for when it's older people that something happens to, that there just isn't as much now. They don't say a huge amount online about the police's work at the time. I mean, they got 19,000 people to put their handprints and their thumbprints and stuff in, so that kind of, they did do a bit of work. But also for it to have sat there for 58 years without anybody else taking a second look, and not looking until 2023, when actually that kind of DNA profiling has been available for much longer than that. So it could have been reopened much sooner. So there's the part in me that feels that the kind of, I'm the factor that we just let for older women get ignored, and their cases
Mm.
don't get as much attention as other cases do because of their profile.
But I still, the DNA evidence is never as strong as perhaps the CSI programs would like us to believe. Because there are other ways for DNA and all sorts of DNA to get on your clothes during the day. Someone wipes something on a counter and you sit there and you pick it up randomly or it gets wiped somewhere else.
I hope you're not wandering around and end up with a 35-year-old man's semen down your skirt when you're 75 years old. I'm just
Well,
saying.
maybe
Just
I
hope that
do.
doesn't happen to you.
I'm on the tube
Right?
these days.
But although maybe I'm selling your case by giving this kind of, the
It's said, what
rabbit
else
holes
could be
for.
to it? Could it be? And I
Mm.
also just think at 92, getting sent down. I mean, it's tragic because he should have done time a lot sooner for this, and it's also really surprising that he was out that long and nothing else happened.
But
To
did
break
anyone?
into someone's home, rape and murder them,
Mm.
and then to never do anything else like that
But
again.
there are those one and done killers, aren't there? That
Mm,
they get a bug up their butt, they want to do something, they do it, and it's not as good as they think it's going to be, or there's a big cleanup, or there's something that doesn't fulfill their fantasy, and so they just never do it again. There's
mm.
quite a lot of them out there,
So
and they
maybe that's
quite
what he
often don't
was.
get caught.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm glad that he did eventually face some
Yeah.
justice for what he'd done. Because
If
actually, after 58 years, they probably were thinking whoever did this is dead. So, haha, you lived a long life to 92, and now you're going to live the rest of it in prison.
Karma's come and got him, finally.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I like that. No, I do.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one.
But is
So
it
I'm
as
not
good as little
competitive. I'm not
girls
at
with
all
seaweed in
competitive.
their hair?
Seaweed in their hair.
This is what you've got to think.
I'm consulting Lion, who's kind of half on my knee and half off at the how because he's so big and he's also teeth claws in.
Oh no.
He's considering both cases. He's thinking hard. He asks if there's anything else you'd like to add to either case.
Oh,
Gosh, quick. Why does this case matter? It's believed to be, yeah, I said that, the oldest solved cold case in UK history because it was 58 years between and find it. And yes, and this was the bit that struck me. The human and societal elements that an elderly, vulnerable woman living alone, that could happen to her. You know, that you would think, just it's really shocking to think that that would happen.
or I mean,
And the
folk
fact that
horror
the neighbours went
is
in the
still
very
going on.
next day, there obviously was a bit of community around her as well, wasn't there? That they heard the noise, but they bystander effect. They heard the noise, but they didn't think it was her. But somebody thought to go in and check on her the next day.
But then you've got the folk horror aspect with the Lost Girls that is really in right now. You know, that the
Did it
whole
get
village could
solved,
be in on it.
yours?
No, no, and the
Oh,
details never really came out. That's what makes it so
so that's
interesting.
potentially even longer. Where was it? Was it UK
Wivenhoe.
based? You know,
Yeah.
I do like to try and look a bit UK based because sometimes in America it's just too easy.
Yes, it is. There was a lot of
There's just
crimes
so
in the
many,
60s.
isn't
I
there?
mean,
And
you
you've
got the
got a lot of
Boston Strangler,
prolific.
you got Richard Speck, you
Yeah,
got
you
too
got a
many.
lot of prolific
Mm.
serial killers around at that time as
It's a
well in
much bigger
America.
place. I mean, it's what, 50
Mm.
times bigger than us, so they're going
Hmm.
to have more crime.
Mm.
So was it American, yours?
No, no, it's here.
Oh, where? What
Wivenhoe.
beach? Where's that?
I want to say Essex Way. I'm not good with geography.
Doesn't sound very Essex to me. If it does, we wouldn't say it like that.
Okay.
No. We wouldn't pronounce it like that. Doesn't sound. Rivenhoe.
Hmm.
I'm gonna find this now.
Just checking your facts now.
I know.
I know she's really upset she could get replaced.
It is. That's what it is. That is what it's come down to. She's on it. She's checking.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just having a look.
Lion says he found them both really interesting. He's thinking hard at the moment about which one he's going to choose.
Well, just to let Lion know, there'd obviously be some, you know, fishy things around the seaweed that might entice him onto that story. You know, just saying.
I do really like that both of them are really clever, but I think the one about the two girls is it appeals to me. So it reminds me of I wrote a book called Glass Dolls, and
Oh.
that came from a sort of an unsolved case that was a little bit strange and nobody really knew what happened. That was in the UK too. So I think from a writing perspective, I would probably Lion says that he would probably choose the first one because he can see because it is unsolved that there is huge potential to kind of develop
Expand
that.
on it.
I still really like he really really likes
Don't distance yourself.
the cat is listening. Yeah. The second one is really interesting from all kinds of perspective, including a psychological one, and I like that Karma got him in the end. Big fan of Karma.
But just to confirm, it's mine that's won.
Well, my partner, my writing partner, my other co-host, namely ChatGPT.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yours exists. ChatGPT says no. There are no, because I can't find any credible documented case that matches exactly.
And we all trust AI, do we?
So it's not Essex, basically, is it? It's not in Essex. Sounds more like a Welsh beach to me.
Yeah,
that might
Feels
suit
like the
it
kind
better.
of thing that you'd find in not the kind of thing you'd find on a Welsh beach, but like
Dead girls with
there's a
seaweed in
if
them.
I was going to make it into a TV drama, I'd be setting it in Wales.
Yeah, that would be.
wouldn't you? Yeah,
Yeah,
you would.
well, you're the writer. You can do what you like with it. But just to confirm, Say the words. I won.
Are we actually
Niall
keeping a
said
tally
that
anywhere?
Nikki, on this occasion, he says that Nikki has won because that's the one we
Yay.
make a book out of. But it was a close call.
It was a close call.
He's on it with the fish, really. It was because you mentioned
Yeah.
fish.
Oh.
Well, Lily would like to let Lion know that I'm afraid he's
out the
longer got
running
any
to be her
chances.
new
Yeah.
beau.
The meet cute is not going to happen. It's off.
Yeah.
No,
It's off now. Sorry. And
no.
she's famous.
He's
She's
off cat Tinder. I was going to
TikTok
say he's
famous
off cat
cat.
grinder.
Cat
No.
Tinder. Oh no. Scratcher.
Yeah, he's off. He's off now. He says no girlfriends.
He
No
said,
food.
what is this? What is this? What are you selling me to these people? These strange people in your computer.
I'd also like to point out that I won without having to try and pimp my pet out.
I'm always pimping my pets out. I will pimp all my pets. I've got 2 ducks and they're great on Instagram.
Oh,
What are their names?
I love it.
Oh god, they're called Big Duck and Midi Duck. And there was a missing duck and another.
I thought you were going to say there was once a mini duck, but there is no more.
Yeah, there was, but Foxy ate them, so unfortunately there are 2. But this is what happens when you let your kids name the animals, really. It's yeah.
That's how you end up with a Pepper, because Salt died, and and things. Do you know what I mean? That's how. Yeah, but that's how you end up with like a Pepper and a tonic or something like, because Gin died. Gin died. We only have tonic and pepper now. Which don't match at all.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good.
Funny. Oh well. I shall be graceful in my defeat, as I always am.
Graceful. Are you used to it now?
Just that kind of suggests I've had many defeats, but I haven't. Of course, I was ahead of Nikki, and I'll probably later on dissociate from this and call it a win anyway in my little head. I'll just go, yeah, whatever. I'll just block out that loss, and I'll just, it was a win again.
See, we don't actually know you were Rear of the Year, really, do we? Because maybe you lost that too.
True.
To Cheryl, who worked next to you.
I'm making all this stuff up, but I'm happy.
Which is
and then
the
she'll
reason
come up and walk towards her mantelpiece, and there'll be a little statuette, like the Golden Globes, and it will just be a bump, be the Rear of the Year one. She'll just
a big bump on it.
Goes past.
I feel like I should have a certificate somewhere.
Did you have a speech?
Like I should have that up somewhere. Like with your with your sort of university, your diplomas and your degrees, and then Rear of the Year.
Yeah.
Or a little spray painted Barbie.
Yes.
Why not?
Just to look a bit macabre as well.
Yeah, I think you should do it.
I don't need to. I know inside.
You're always Rear of the Year to me, Lisa. How about that?
Crime of winner.
Every year you're Rear of the Year for me.
Oh, thanks. You're just trying to win me back now because you've got some other co-host on the side.
You're like that. On the
you're
side.
You're like that with my mistress that I've been keeping in the flat above my club.
No, she's gonna kill me.
With someone else.
She's gonna kill me now.
The whole podcast triangle going on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she's with another podcast host, isn't she?
Yeah.
Well,
with buildings.
I don't own a bike, but the kids do. So I think they lock those things in.
You're not going to be pretty no more.
I remember when I was a kid that your bicycle chain would pop off loads, like it would pop off all the time, wouldn't it? But if it's happened to the kids, I don't know if it's because it's got gears or whatever, but like getting the thing off is like impossible. You used to be able to whip it off and fit it back on and fix it yourself and carry on with your day. But now, if that goes wrong, it's like, no, sorry, back to Halford. Sorry, this is done.
Other bike shops are available. And on that note, everyone, thank you for being with us down the Red Rabbit Hole. And if you like our version of Manic Mania, you can follow us wherever you see the Red Rabbit on, where are we, Lise?
We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Of course, we are indeed.
Right now, please do like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And thank you, D.E. White, for joining us. And we will let you out now, but you will give us some links to your books so viewers and listeners can obviously find you and read a little bit more about your 1960s crime.
Thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed. I'm actually, do you know what? I'm crying. I've been laughing so much.
That's not normally why we get people to cry, but okay.
Or is it not just because Lion put his claws in as he got down? Like, you were on camera at the time, so you had to go. Just manage it without letting us know.
His 5 minutes is over now. He's gone. He's had enough.
He's had enough. Fame isn't for everyone, is it?
We couldn't afford him, I think.
No.
I just think we couldn't afford his time. He was like, I don't get out of bed.
We have to pay by the fluff. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
In dreams.
He said seaweed is not tuna.
No, it's not. That was it is. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I've had such a good time, honestly. It's been such a laugh.
That's okay. Thank you for joining us, guys. Bye-bye.